Hey, how you doing, Adam here? Date is 10/10/2018. 2 nights in a row now I'm doing these, but I can celebrate 2 nights in a row, but it doesn't really mean much. I think, you know, once I get past 3 days, because I seem to have been doing that for the past few months. Like, I'll go 3 days in a month and then just wait another month to start doing the journals again. But yeah, I had a specific thing that I wanted to talk about in this journal. It was something that I noticed that I do. Well, actually, it's something it's one of those things where you're sort of aware of it, like I've been sort of aware of it my whole life, I guess, or I don't know, my adult life, I guess. But it's just one of those things that it's like you're sort of aware of, and then at some point you become like hyper aware of it, And it's not just something that I do. I think it's something that I'm just noticing that I do and that other people do is like, well, for instance, the specific incident was when my dad had kidney stones a couple months ago. Or I don't know how long ago that was, but it feels like it was a couple months ago. We went to the hospital, and in the hospital, he was in the hospital room, and one of the nurses came in and like started injecting him with something. And I asked the nurse, because my dad had a heart attack like 2 years ago, and they gave him morphine, and he had sort of like a bad reaction to it. Like he started getting really nauseous, and some other like allergic sort of symptoms started happening. And I asked the nurse, "That's not morphine, is it?" And she was like, "No." And I said to her, "Oh, okay, because they gave my dad morphine during a heart attack, and he had like a reaction to it." And she said to me, "Oh, well, the morphine wouldn't have caused the heart attack." And I said, well, I didn't say that. But the thing is that it's like sometimes when you're in a position of like, I guess authority, I don't even know if I want to say the word authority, but like you're in a position of like thinking, I know more than you about this, so you couldn't possibly be right. Like, you just, like, sometimes when you're in that position, you just start assuming that the other person is saying something, like, stupid. And so you're always in the position of feeling like you have to correct them, But there wasn't really any need to correct me because I didn't say anything remotely similar to what she thought I said. I said, my dad had a reaction to morphine, so don't give it to him. And she told me, "Oh, well, the morphine wouldn't have caused the heart attack," But I noticed that I do that a lot myself. Like, I notice that behavior in myself a lot. Like, somebody will be saying something, and I'm just like, before they even start talking, anything you say right now is fucking, it's either bullshit, or you're misinformed, or you have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm here to correct everything you're about to say. And I would really like to stop doing that, because that's probably not good to be doing that. Yeah, so that's the first thing I wanted to say. Well, actually, I didn't have like a list of things that I wanted to say, but that's been on my mind for like during my whole month off, or month and a half so far of like recovering from the fucking dentist. I've had a couple things in my head like that I wanted to talk about on the journals. Also that I made that. I also want to clear up for anybody that's confused about it. That song that I made on Moonside Adam, the "Are You Sure" song, that was just like a one-off thing. That I was just kind of like, that's not part of the album. Like, that's not going to be like a part of the album or anything. That was just a thing. Like, I just felt like I should record a song, because I haven't actually recorded a song in like over a year now. And I wanted just to see like if I could still do it in the old way that I used to do it, like with Hey Major Seventh. I have way too much nostalgia about Hey Major Seventh. I was actually looking on the Wayback Machine, and there are a couple saves of my old Hey Major Seventh page, like from 2011, on the Wayback Machine. And I was looking at my page from 2011, and man, it's just a cringe fest. Like, I don't know why sometimes I had this feeling like, oh, that was my peak and it's over now. because that was just a serious cringe fest. Like it's so hard to look at myself, like in the even in just the thumbnails, like I can see how fucking tense and like just, you know, bracing I used to be. And, you know, like feigning anger to be funny. That's something that's real cringe material. And I'm actually, it's probably a good thing that I deleted that channel. I mean, it could have evolved, you know, eventually. But if it did evolve, it would have had some like cringy early days. So actually, my Moonside Adam channel, that's catching up in the total amount of views that Hey Major 7th used. Cause I got up to 32,000 views on that channel, like overall views, and the views are actually catching up to that with less subscribers. So, you know, that's cool. I don't like when I make that sound. Yeah, so what else? I went for a run today. I did 3 days in a row running. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, I had like a half hiccup, half heartburn thing there for a second. It's weird. Yeah, did running 3 days in a row, so that's a sure sign to me that I'm recovering finally. Because it's been a good month, I think, since I did like, you know, well, actually maybe a lot more, like 3 weeks where I've done like multiple days in a row, or actually like 3 days in a row running. So, you know, that's cool. Yeah, I wanted to come down here today and like start fleshing out the things that I had. I don't want to continue. Just to backtrack a little bit on the Are You Sure thing, the song that I made. I don't want to continue making songs like that. I've decided. Because I feel like on some level I just did that song because I wanted to see if I could still do it. You know? Like a quick song, like something that you just throw together really quickly. But I have no desire to like continue doing that. I mainly just want to focus on like a really in-depth experience. Or that sounds fucking pretentious. Just, you know, I want to really express. I don't know. Well, you know what I'm saying. I hope. I want to make the best possible album that I specifically could make. So, you know, I don't want to do like quick songs. That's not really. There's no really. I get no joy out of that. There actually was somebody that thumbs down that video, and like immediately after they thumbs down the Are You Sure video, they unsubscribed. And so it was like, oh God, what did I do wrong? That was, you know, that was the initial thought, like, what did I do wrong? But I'm starting to think that might have been like a troll, just because like a troll that specifically signed up to my channel to one day thumbs down a video and unsubscribe at the same time, just to like, you know, get to me. Because I just can't think of something that I did that was so egregious that it was worth both thumbs downing the video and unsubscribing from my channel. I mean, it's possible. I could have, like, you know, crossed some line. Maybe I was like, maybe I just, you know, did something wrong. But I can't imagine that I did something so, like, egregious that somebody thumbs down the video and unsubscribe at the same time. But you know, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to keep doing short songs like that. Yeah. So what do I want to do the rest of the day here? Because it's only 5:31 p.m. Maybe I might still work on the demo. I'm still kind of feeling like off. I feel like I have maybe like caffeine withdrawal a little bit. Because I drank coffee like 2 days in a row and decided that it just wasn't for me because it was giving me anxiety. So that's probably what it is today. So I feel a little down today. I feel a little bloated, which I think that's probably just caffeine withdrawal. And so, you know, in a couple days, probably tomorrow even, I'll probably feel better. Yeah, so coming up on 10 minutes here. 5, 4, 3, 2, Goodbye.